All right, welcome to this episode of the Arizona Timeless Tours. Again, we're going to do something different in this video because of the pandemic, because of the coronavirus, and because of the order for everybody to be at home and stay safe. I am going to do a video like this, and I would love to know in the comment section if this kind of video is something that you would like to see more of in the future. Today, what I'm going to do is by using Google Earth, I am going to take you on a tour of 4 locations within inside Papago Park uh, that are still there today that were part of the POW camp back in World War II. I get a lot of questions about this area and where things are at, so I thought, well, I'll just open up Google Maps and we'll go from there. During this presentation, if I have live video of these places that I've been, these 4 separate locations within inside of Papago Park, up here in the right-hand corner, I will run that live video and the sound to that video. So we'll see how this works, but let's go ahead and get started here. Again, back in World War II, Papago Park used to be a POW camp. There are three things that you can still see that are part of the original POW camp. There's one that is missing, and it's a huge mystery because when I read about it in the Arizona Historic Signs area and things like that, it'll say that the sign was put there in the early 1980s, and now it's disappeared. So where would that sign be at? Well, first of all, we're going to go right here. Our main portions of this video are going to be here on coming down McDowell, 64th Street, and Oak. So again, McDowell Road, 64th Street is right here, and Oak Street is right here. Now, the best way to find this place is to find the Papago Baseball Complex, which I think that they're right now constructing in what's going to be soon a spring training facility. I'm almost positive that this is going to be a spring training facility soon. So what you'll do is you'll come up McDowell Road, and we'll go ahead and bring this in a little bit better. Not quite working like I wanted to right now. Here we go. All right. So we're coming out McDowell Road and 64th Street. This is 64th Street. Now, before you get up here to Oak Street, which is up here, you'll want to take a left onto Walter A. Haas Jr. Way, which is going to go right between the softball and baseball complex right here. You'll want to come right in here, but our first stop is going to be right inside of this area right here. So we will bring it in. And before I run the video in the top right-hand corner, right up here, I want to say this. Back in the early 1980s, a ceremony was held right around this area right here. Okay? Why do I know it's right here? When I zoom in, it's going to blur out a little bit. But there is a piece of cement that's left from where the historical marker that was set here to show that this used to be a POW camp, which is now missing. But that piece of cement is right here. They had rows and rows and rows of white chairs here, a tent up here, and they had a ceremony. And you can actually match that picture up from online to this very precise location right here. And I will show you again in just a minute up here a video that I did from that location where I found where that cement was. But somebody came at some point, I'm guessing in the late 80s, early 90s, and took this sign because if you go on the historic signs of Arizona, it'll say that it is missing and they don't know where it's at, which is very interesting. So that was right here, and right now I'm going to go ahead and run that video right now. And the monument stands about this high, and there's a bunch of concrete right here that I don't see anywhere else.
So I'm guessing that this is probably the location. And what happened is years later, again, if you go onto Arizona Historical Marker site, it'll say that that marker is missing.
So that was part of the video right here. Now we're going to come out of here. We're going to bring it back. And we're going to keep walking up the road right here. Same road that we were on between the fields. And we're going to come up here. And right now there's big time construction right here. You cannot go left, which is good for this video. You can only go right, and you go right into this parking lot right here. And this parking lot is 99% of the time completely empty. I've been to this parking lot, I would say in the last 6 months, at least 6 times, and I am the only vehicle, unless there's somebody there cutting the grass out here. There'll be a work vehicle right here. So what you'll do is you'll pull in here and you'll pull up right into one of these first 9 rows right here, one of these first 9 spaces. Okay? So you'll go here, you'll get out of the car, and you'll walk this direction right here. You'll want to watch out. Some of this stuff is, it's got some thorns on them. You know, you'll want to get your way right through here. Let's go ahead and bring this in a little bit closer. Okay, where we're going, and I can see it from here because I know exactly where it's at, but you can see there are these 1, 2, 3, 4 cement areas right here. These little pillars, 4 cement pillars. So let's bring it in a little bit closer. And we'll wait to see if we can focus in any better right now. I apologize that this is not focusing as quick as I wanted to, but there they are, and you will see them as you walk through. You'll come around. There's a little bit of brush that hides them a little bit, but not much. You should when you walk up towards this direction, you're elevated on this area right here, and you can see it. You'll just walk right down through here, and here are the 4 pillars, cement pillars that are left. What are these cement pillars? I've had more questions on where this location was than any other place I've done inside of Papago Park. These 4 pillars are the 4 pillars that are left from the original guard tower, the original POW guard tower at Papago Park. This is it. Now, there's no sign showing you that these are them. There's no path out here, which they should put at some point. But these are them. So you'll be able to go out and you'll see these. Now, if you go a little bit, these are about 40 yards from the Army Reserve building right here. Right there. So, let me bring this back out here. What I've experienced when I've been out here is when I've gone out here to this area here where there's absolutely nothing, about 40 yards off of the Army Reserve Center right there, I get a lot of unmarked white vehicles on the road to my left over here. Nobody ever stops and asks me what I'm doing. I'm over here videoing, taking pictures, and then I leave out of the parking lot. But I have had that happen 3 separate occasions when I've been out here looking at these. I've had the same unmarked white vehicles, at least 2, come down the road right over here, come through the parking lot, turn around and go back. It's very interesting. But here they are, folks. This is the remnants of the POW guard tower. It's right there. We'll pull out. We'll pull out. And what's weird is, like, over here on this road, there's a little, it's like a drive here. You can come right off this road, right onto here, drive right through here with no problem. It's pretty, I mean, it looks like it used to be a road. But it's not, and you should not drive through here. But if you somehow can't find it from there, when you come back out on the road, you'll see a dirt area, and it's going to lead you right to them. Absolutely, it's going to lead you right to the markers. But so those are the original markers right there. Now let's go ahead and zoom back out here. And I'm going to leave this zoomed out here, and right here in the right-hand corner here, I either stick some pictures or a live video, so I'm just going to pause for a second. So we've seen this. We're going to go back to our vehicle that's parked right here. Get back into the vehicle. We're going to go ahead and head out this direction. Get back on this road right here. And we're going to come straight down this road here, which is again by the U.S. Army Reserve Center. And we're going to come to East Oak Street. And we're going to go ahead and take a right down East Oak Street. Come down here right in front of the U.S. Army Reserve Center. Coming through here, and right here is our next destination, right across from the Army Reserves station. You're going to pull in right here. This parking lot usually is empty, even when something's going on. There's not usually a lot of cars in this parking lot right here. You're going to park here, and what you're going to be looking at right now is the Scottsdale Elks Lodge number 2148. There's a sign right here. This state is the Scottsdale Elks Lodge. It's a private lodge only, so not everybody can get in. It's got certain hours. I've been out there 3 times. It has not been opened the 3 times that I've been out there. Okay, so what is unique about the Scottsdale Lodge 2148 in Scottsdale, Arizona is this building right here is the only building left standing within inside of Papago Park that used to be part of the POW camp during World War II. This was the old officers' quarters back in World War II. Now, how would you know this? There is no way, unless you do research on it. You would not know this. There is no marker, there is no sign, there is no nothing to tell you that this is a historical building. What's so cool about this building right here is, let me tell you a little story about this. And hopefully I have the video and I'll put it up here in the right hand corner here so you can watch it. But when you walk right in here, there's a hallway. In that hallway, there's a map. And that map is one of the last facsimile maps. It's a facsimile. And it's one of the last ones that shows the complete, it shows exactly the layout of the Papago POW camp back during World War II. It's the only one left remaining. So what the Elks Lodge has done is made 2 copies of that facsimile and has given it to 2 other museums in the greater Phoenix area, just in case something happens to that Elk Lodge someday. We still have the map of what Papago Park looked like back in World War II. Now, I'm going to just discuss really quick before I show this video. This here is a area where they hold all their tools to keep up the grounds here. I ran into the grounds crew worker when I was here. He was so nice to tell me about the building a little bit and then to open up the door so I could go into the lobby area and take pictures and video this map. So I'm going to take a break real quick and I'm going to throw this video up here right now. Okay, that was pretty awesome. That gentleman was extremely nice. I've seen him on 2 separate occasions when I've come out here. He's always kind and generous with his time. So now we're going to leave the Elks Lodge. We're going to get back on Oak Street. We're going to come back across Oak Street right here, back to 64th Street, and keep going straight across East Oak Street. This is a dead end. You're going to come down this direction and you're going to park on the side street right here on this side or this side. Usually when I come and I park here, I'm usually parking right in front of this house right here. I park right here. Okay? Then you're going to get out and you're going to take a walk across the street. Make sure you look both ways. And you're going to come to this pathway right here, which is a pathway into the Crosscut Canal. There's a little sign here that says the Crosscut Canal. So you'll come here, you'll walk through here. The thing that you need to remember is to take a left. You don't want to go right, you want to go left. So you want to go left, less than, I would say, 100 yards. And you want to walk out this way. And you want to keep walking. And there it is. This used to never be there. Okay, when I found this place about a little over a year ago, that marker wasn't there. The Papago POW Escape Monument. And I don't think a lot of people look for it because this was just requested about 2 weeks ago. Where is this Papago Park POW escape monument you keep talking about that's in your video? And this is it. Somebody's marked it. It's right there. So as you walk down, let me zoom in real quick. As you walk down this path and you keep walking, now this is it. It's a manhole cover, but this manhole cover is very unique because it tells the story of 25 POWs that escaped from Papago Park in the around Christmas of 1943. This place this marker is absolutely awesome. But what happens is this is very busy. If you go out there, there's a lot of runners and bikers and walkers and family people. They're walking down this path here, or they're either going down the dirt area here or the dirt area over on this side. A lot of people are on. When I was videoing this area about a year ago, people thought I was absolutely crazy to be looking at this manhole cover for like 30 minutes, taking pictures, videoing. Finally, people stopped and asked me what I was doing. And I think about 3 people asked, and those 3 people have been walking this path for at least 1 year and never looked down to see what this was. And they were absolutely amazed at what they were looking at. So this is where the 25 POWs came out of when they escaped from Papago Park during World War II. This is called the Great Papago Escape. Why? Because this was the largest POW escape on American soil during World War II, and there were hundreds of POW camps spread throughout the United States during World War II, and this was the largest POW escape of all of them. The 25 men that escaped out of this very hatch right here were all caught and brought back to the Papago Park. But it's a very interesting story. But three of them, all but 3 of them, thought that they could make it to Mexico. The other 3 made a makeshift raft. That's right, they made a makeshift raft. They thought because they saw a map uh, on the wall or somewhere with a blue line down it that they could get in this water and float down and start their escape, which they didn't know. They were looking at the Salt River. When they escaped out of it in December, the Salt River was completely dry. So then they went up into what we know now as Papago Park, up into those rock formations and hid out for a week before they were caught. But this is it. And I'm going to go ahead again and pause the video up here so you guys can check this out. All right, so there it is, the Papago POW Escape Monument. Um, right down the path here, right there. They dug a 178-foot tunnel that was about 6 to 7 feet deep under here, and they escaped out right here, right here. Pretty interesting piece of history right here. So let's pull this out a little bit. And there you have it. Okay, so what I've shown you, we'll bring it over here, starting off here off of McDowell Road in 64th Street, right here at the Papago Baseball Complex, you have the Walter A. Haas Road that goes right in between them. Right in here was the old monument that they placed in the early 80s. It's now disappeared. All that's left is cement that showed it was a POW camp, and then somebody came, vandalized it, stole it, something, and it disappeared, and nobody knows what happened to it. You come back up here to this parking lot, and in this area are the remnants of the POW guard tower. Then you come down in front of the U.S. Army Reserve Center and you come to the Elks Lodge, number 2148, and that's the only building left from the POW camp, the old officers' quarters. You come back out to the street, you come right across 64th Street into Oak Street, and you make your way here to the Crosscut Canal right there, and you're going to come to the Papago POW Escape Monument Hatch right there. The last thing I would like to show you really quick is, let me bring this out really quick. Is on Oak Street here, let me make sure, I hope I'm doing this right, bear with me. If you come up Oak Street, yes, this is an active reserve base, okay? The Air National Guard Readiness Center. It's an active base, mostly have helicopters and stuff flying out of it right here. You can actually, after the coronavirus has gone down and we get back to somewhat normal conditions, on this base is the Arizona Military Museum. Let me bring it in a little bit for you here to show you where it's at. It's right here, Arizona Military Museum. Inside of this Arizona Military Museum is they have uniforms. They have part of the boat that they made. They have an oar in there. They have the story of the Great Papago Escape inside of this is the Arizona Military Museum right here. Another great thing about this museum is absolutely free. It's volunteer people work inside of here. It's a great museum. You can spend at least an hour in this museum. Again, absolutely free. You would actually enter the museum coming out of here and going right down this road here, right through here. Right here is a guard tower off of McDowell Road. You would drive up, you would show your driver's license to the guard guy right in this shack right here. As long as everybody had a valid form of identification, he would go ahead and let you through. He would show you that you would just go straight down Rough Riders Road. You would turn right and you would come right to the parking lot for the Arizona Military Museum. Another great spot. All right, so that is going to do it for this episode of the Arizona Timeless Tourist. If you have any questions, please let me know if this has been helpful for you. I'd love to know that. I would love to do a few more videos like this uh, while we're staying at home and can't go out and actually video certain places. So if this has been a help to you, just let me know. But until next time, take care of yourself. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I would ask that you would hit that subscribe button. It would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.